It's a poison. That doesn't help the stress level. No, don't do it. Get a grip. This stupid video I just showed you. I almost stroked out and died over it. You're watching a different show. It's donkey. You ain't a captain of nothing but a sinking ship. Don't do this to me, Harry. The Ohio State. It's Ohio State. What do you mean, the? 312-988-15.
Hello?
You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. Sometimes it's good to just yell about football. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Okay. I woke up feeling positive, feeling positivity. I'm looking at all the signs. I'm feeling positive, and I'm trying to manage that. I'm trying to manage that. It's a big day in Notre Dame land. Hopefully it better be a 5-star Friday. Son of a buck. And here I am. Oh, I'm going to be... This is the ultimate counseling session. I'm saying, what did I say? All through spring and everything, I'm like, hey, I'm laying low. I'm not buying in. I'm not... All right. You guys are funny. I'm going to highlight some of these chats. But what I said is, what did I say? Like through spring and everything, I'm like, hey, I'm laying low on recruiting. I'm staying neutral. I'm not buying into anything. Like believe it when I see it. Talk to me only when they sign. I'm not getting all stirred up. I'm not getting all worked up. I'm not doing it. I can't handle it anymore. I'm too old. I got a snake's anaconda's nest in my yard. Yet here I am. I was tossing and turning. Notre Dame better land this kid. You better land this kid. But I'm on edge. I said I wasn't going to do it, and here I am. It better be a 5-star Friday. And it better be the start. That offensive lineman that's a freaking monster. 6 at Makio, however you want to say it. I'm hoping that's the starting domino of this. And you have a freaky 5-star Friday. That domino falls. And it looks like, oh, Notre Dame's in the lead for all these guys. Blah, blah, blah. Who knows? How do you know? This recruiting stuff will drive. If you let it, if you're a diehard of any team, not just Notre Dame, and you ride and die with this recruiting thing, it'll put you in an early grave like you wouldn't believe. Steven Arado, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Yeah, Grayson, pleasant surprise. Yeah, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that video? The guy 6'8", 275 doing backflips. Are you outside your mind? What an athlete. That's a lot of inches to be flipping upside down and landing straight. You kidding me? Snap my spine in half. I try that trick. All right. As everybody here knows, yeah, Makia and Kenny, they can time up a backflip together. Go ahead. Yeah, Singer guaranteed 9 for 9. Good. So when it doesn't happen, we're going to blame Mike. We're blaming Singer. If it all doesn't go perfect, we're blaming Mike Singer. That's what I'm going to do. And it's going to make me feel better. So that's what we're going to do. If it doesn't go right, we're directing our frustrations to that guy. Oh, Uncle Yanni doesn't miss me when I'm gone. Chief, I just have an understanding of the important role that you play to your community in town, protecting everybody from the Sharks. So I know you're busy sometimes. That's perfectly fine. It's your time of the year, all this Shark stuff. By the way, reminder, don't trust anything without legs. That goes for sharks and it goes for snakes. You can't trust them. You don't have legs? I don't trust you. No legs, no trust. Okay? My main man, Martinez. Answer you? You ain't even on hold. What do you mean answer you? You ain't even on hold. What am I supposed to do, magic? Yeah, I think you're going to come shovel some of this. I think you're going to need a bigger show. Renee, call in. You ain't even on hold. You're telling me to take your call. Will you call in? You got to call in first. Oh, man. All right. So anyways, everybody here knows it's a big day in Notre Dame land. We got a bunch of callers that want to talk about it. And I, Jay Grizz, Notre Dame fan base does have a lot of snakes slithering in the grass. I don't appreciate that shot. No, we're not snakes. We're snakes. Snake is the snake. A snake is something that's sneaky, something that's disingenuous, something trying to sneak up on you and pull a fast one. Notre Dame fans don't do that. We're out here with our bleeding hearts all the time, and you know what we're going to get? We're almost too genuine. It's the opposite of a snake. By the way, in case you didn't know, people are referencing the snake because I found the nest of that anaconda that was in my pool area a month ago. I found that. We'll get into that story. I was weed eating and I accidentally found the nest. It reproduced. Now I got a remake of that anaconda movie with Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube. I don't appreciate it. I'm going to do the remake. Remember that Anaconda movie? It's going to be me and Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube. He's singing, "Today's going to be a good day." You got a 90-foot snake wrapped around your body. It ain't going to be a good day, Cube. Son of a buck. Son of a double buck. I'm worked up on a Friday, you guys. I'm juiced up. I'm worked up. In no world. My brother ran one over with the lawnmower once. It was crazy. I'll never forget this, you guys. We're going to go to the calls. We're doing all this. I'll never forget this. That ain't no Gardner snake. That's a green anaconda I took a picture of, all right? The biggest snake in the world. I still think the best content I could ever do is going to the Everglades with like a guide and going snake hunting after dark on those Everglades trails. You ever see the YouTube videos? And they zoom it. They go out there at night with the flashlight, jump off their truck and wrangle one of them pythons. Could you imagine the content of me doing that and recording it and how I would react finding these things? I think it'd be comedy gold. And then the last thing you'll see is me all wrapped up in some snake getting dragged into the Everglades. There goes always Irish. There goes always Irish. Yeah, the swamp puppies would take you. You probably do need to be more worried about the alligators. The alligators. Angela, poor little snake, just living their life till John found him. Are you outside your mind? Don't trust anything without legs. That's Johnny's advice, baby. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. You guys, I wanted to highlight this. You guys did a good one. How's your BK-oliosis today? When people were asking what my back problem was, I got to tell you guys were totally hilarious. On point. Mediocrititis, BK-oliosis, Northern Illinoisosis, Marshallitis, like whatever. You guys are creative. We have the most creative and witty fan base on the YouTube airwaves for Notre Dame football. I can tell you that right now. Oh, this is a good image. Thanks a lot for this. I still can't get the picture of Forrest Gump Johnny out of my head from the other day wearing the braces. It was an ugly scene. I'll show you guys. I got the brace somewhere. I kept it as a memory of my misery to not take for granted when you could bend over and not be in pain and pick things up. I keep that thing. I got it in the closet. Whenever you start thinking your life's bad or whatever, it's like, remember when you couldn't bend over? Like, it sucks. Odds on Joey O'Brien committing, Nathan. Thanks for joining us. This is the debate today. Is it a 5-star Friday for Notre Dame? And a lot of the tea leaves suggest it's going to be a good day for Notre Dame in regards to this recruit. But I got to see it to believe it. And then it's a really fair point by Crying Belly. The real question are the odds of him signing, not just him committing. Exactly. You got multiple things here. Even if you get that verbal commitment, this is the type of athlete that people never stop going after. They never stop throwing NIL bags after. They never stop doing any of this. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with it. If you want to be in the game for the 5 stars, you got to be cool with all the games that go with it. If not, you get some RKGs that look like John Kennedy's. And you ain't winning a title with RKGs that look like John Kennedy's. You need MVPs. You hear what I'm talking about on a Friday? You picking up what Johnny's putting down on a Friday? I got a lot of energy. I'm worked up. I want this. Oh, is this the same guy a month ago that said, I'm not worried about it. I'm not letting it raise my blood pressure. I'll just tune in on signing day and see who we got. I'm not that worried about it. And now look at me, 40 years old, sitting here stressed out. We never close on them, John. Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, all close on 5 stars. I can always count on Ronnie to put down the fryer for a second and come comment something to raise my blood pressure. I can hear him now. Somebody covered a register. I got to go bother John. Oh, John, we suck. Everything sucks. We're not going to get anybody. And then he puts the headset back on. How many hash browns you want, lady? Huh? Sausage McMuffin? John, you suck. This show sucks. Sausage McMuffin and hash brown. Get back to work, Ronnie. Get back to work, Ronnie. I watch this show too much to not know what RKG stands for. The right kind of guys. That's CNEP. Maybe you're too young for when Kelly originated that one. Kelly, when they would ask him, why don't you land any real talent? He would go, well, I'm not after real talent. I'm after RKGs. The right kind of guys. And the right kind of guys for a lot of those recruiting classes meant guys with my build and mental instability. And we didn't win diddly poo. RKGs, the right. He said, I'm not worried about landing 5 stars. We need RKGs, the right kind of guy. Oh, my version of the right kind of guy on this team doesn't look like my body type, bro. Oh, maybe in 3 or 4 years we could, his body will be ready to play. Not interested. If Joey O'Brien signed, would you want him to play safety or receiver or both? You may be in a position at wide receiver where you don't have an option. I said diddly poo, not diddy poo. That's something that happens at a party. That's totally different. I said diddly poo, not diddy poo. Totally different kind of party. Yeah, we're shopping down Kelly was definitely shopping down a different aisle. The different aisle of dorks with my body type that would love to play at Notre Dame that aren't elite. He also wouldn't play young guys who were more talented because they didn't have the right traits. Oh, boy. All right, let's get Renee in and out of here. We'll go. I highlighted a bunch of chats. Listen, as far as I have been told, things are looking pretty good for O'Brien. And that's from people I've talked to, all the people, the talking heads that know stuff, my recruiting people. Everybody told me it should be a good Friday. John, relax, have fun. It's going to be great, whatever. Okay. Ain't no party like a Diddy party, said Lebrano. I bet. Gonna backtrack off that one real quick. Man, if you look back at the history of all that and the things that have been said on like talk shows and things, you could piece together a real ugly picture. Him and who's the Canadian kid, Justin Bieber, and he's sitting there as like a 14-year-old scared on that couch on Ellen or whatever, and Diddy's like, oh yeah, you're spending the weekend with me. And everybody's not invited to these parties. What we do is, nobody knows about okay, buddy, whatever you say, not questionable at all, you weirdo freak. Andrew, chill out. I'm just being hyperbolic. Just chill out for one morning, God. Just relax, man. I'm just being hyperbolic. Oh, man, give me a break. You're not new here. Come on. Well, now I'm going to break down a chart of every Brian Kelly recruit that ended up being good in the NFL to prove you wrong, blah, 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 blah. Whatever it was, we didn't win diddly poo with him. Not one single needle-moving postseason game ever. Doesn't mean there wasn't some good individuals, but you understand the point overall. You didn't win nothing. Nothing. I do not want that, Chief. My main man, Martinez, what's going on a 5-Star Friday? What's up?
Hey, 5-Star Friday. It's an early Friday for me, Johnny. I get out of here around 1:30 Mountain West time. Been 107 degrees all week, man, so I'm ready to go home.
Ooh.
Call it a week. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing very well. I am trying to maintain proper, mature perspective of the commitment tonight. But everybody in Notre Dame land, I feel like, feels pretty good, and they want the JOB to end up at ND, baby.
Hey, I get it. I'm gonna come at you. I'm gonna come at you with something fast. So, Johnny, I'm gonna give you a hard time right now, buddy, because you're an old school guy. Like with me, with the old school values and the old school rules, bro. We really need not to fold on kids that are unproven. We really do. I mean, Dabo's doing it. Dabo is, hey, Johnny, and people want facts. Let's talk about the only man that's given the SEC the run for the last 20 years. That man, Dabo. You guys all know that. I said it over and over. That's a fact, Johnny. The fact is he made the playoffs without NIL. The more we fold to the mob, the more it's going to keep happening, okay? And Johnny, I know you say, well, can we do it time to time? No, Johnny, we hold. We hold to our values. We get guys in place that have been our leader cannot be outworked. So the guys see that. So the guys are gonna work. Okay? Okay, Johnny? So I want you to stop saying, let's fold. I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm saying, well, what else do we do, right? So if Joey O'Brien didn't sign with us because of NIL, oh, then God bless him. Go lose to us in the semifinals. You know what I mean? Like, oh, God bless them. We got the right guys still. We're going after the guys we need. Hey, and I agree with that on this. I don't want to hear guys saying, oh, he was the right guys for Notre Dame. No, he probably was. But we didn't fold to his demands because he's unproven, Johnny. He's unproven.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
yeah, it's hey man, I'm just a little wound tight today. I'm just wound tight today. I'm sorry, man. I'm a little out of my
no
son of a buck. I'm a little ahead. I told myself I wasn't going to do this. I told myself that I wasn't going to get all worked up, and here I am. I just am.
I'm going to point all I always either say this now right now, okay? One fact. You know I don't like to be that guy. But what I'm about to say right now is all facts, okay? First of all, your main man is 120 days sober today. Glory be to God for that. Number two, in 120 days, in 90 days, I'm at the Always Irish Tailgate at the greatest program in all the land.
I like that. Dude, I just can't wait to see you, buddy. I can't wait to see you walking up with a big smile on your face to that tailgate. It's been a long time, and it's time that we unite.
Yeah, brother, it has. Hey, okay. Number one, okay, we talk about all 5 stars. Okay. I said it. Against Penn State, Abdul Carter. Man, that dude was a beast. A beast. He gave us all we wanted and more. He brought it to us. But you know what? I rewatched that run, and he had that Darth Vader. Darth Vader is the dark side. Hey, brother, but Jeremiah showed all you need is love. Dude, do you watch that in slow motion on YouTube? When people put that, he made him look like a fool, man. All you need is love, baby. Mr. Abdul Carter comes with a push, and Mr. Abdul Carter is coming. And what happened? There you go. All you need is love, baby. You know what I mean? That's fact one. Fact two. Fact two. What happens before the half? Who doesn't love PB&J, baby? Who doesn't love a nice, good, practical PB&J that come in and boost the momentum? That's fact two. Fact three. What happens after halftime, bro? The kickoff.
Yeah.
A transfer, a portal transfer comes in and basically. Oh no, that was against Georgia. I'm sorry. But anyways, those are the facts I just want to point out, Johnny. As far as if he chooses Penn State, God bless him. If he chooses Notre Dame, even more so for us. But that's the thing, man. Even your podcast, Johnny. I go to the other ones. I go to the other ones. I don't know if you care if I name them or not. But I don't see as many diverse trolls, or even fan base, man, in the other ones. Your one show's the one that gives us all a voice, man. From anywhere from West Palm Pat, who's educated, and Tim, who's Notre Dame alum, okay, to us, to the Notre Dame ex-con brigade, to the Subway alumni, Johnny. You're the one podcast that does, man. Hey, don't get too wound up. Don't get too wound up on a Friday, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. It's really easy for you to say that, and it's just harder for me to do that. Even though I told myself I'm not getting worked, I ain't getting worked up with these recruits. I'm laying low. Talk to me when they sign, whatever. Here I am tossing and turning, looking at the kids' Twitter and reading the tea leaves. Oh, we got other guys at that position that are no longer visiting, and it was Notre Dame's decision. What does that infer? Like all this stuff. I'm playing the whole game. I bought back into it, and here I am.
Hey, brother, you know what? I get it. You know what? Why I love this too, man? Because I get off early, and once the Always Irish show is over on Fridays, brother, I'm home free about an hour and a half worth of work, man. Especially this week, it's been brutal in Southern Utah, bro. 107. Hey, Johnny, man, love you guys. Love the chat, man. Can't wait to hear the rest of the show, man. Don't stress out too much, regardless. We're in good shape. Because last I checked, we beat Penn State in the semifinals, brother. And so if he sounds cool, if he doesn't, God bless him. You know, best luck to him. Johnny. Onward, Notre Dame, brother. You guys have a good Friday.
Have a good one. Take it easy, dude. I love that guy so much. But it literally is like, I can't understand anything. And then there's two sentences crystal clear. And then I can't understand anything. And then there's two sentences that are crystal clear. I just can't think of it. I genuinely picture him like literally in like a well, working his ass off in the heat or whatever, and he's trying to call, and there's sweat dripping on the phone. But it's like three sentences, nothing, and then crystal clear, I got it, and then I lose it, and then I get it. God, I love him. Oh, I love him. Johnny, what's up with them snakes? Come on, man. Don't be doing that. You had me look. You gonna have me looking around the basement for these things. Come on. I don't understand what a grok is, by the way. Is it Gronk's younger brother? I don't understand. What's a grok? Is that the AI thing on Twitter where you ask it anything? Is that ChatGPT for Twitter? Is that what it is? I always see people ask Grok, who the hell's Grok? Just like I had to ask what the cloud is the other day. Oh, you can't get on StreamYard and do your show because of the cloud. What do you mean? I went outside and I looked up. There's a cloud. Why can't I do my show? Oh, the cloud's down. What do you mean the cloud's down? It's always a cloud. What do you mean? I think I need a Miller Lite for breakfast. This is getting, I do. I think I need a Miller Lite for breakfast. It is, Martinez, I love you, man. Just your effort to want to be involved, even when you're working your ass off all day in the heat. I genuinely love it. I just feel bad when I lose you sometimes and it gets muddled. I just feel bad because I don't know what to say. Callers, I'm coming to you. Oh, boy. Okay, let's do the snake update now. And then we'll go back to real quick. Here's the deal. About a month ago, I posted on Twitter, we were getting the pool ready and you got to pull out the pump and all the crap you could take out for the winter. And there's a storage area we have. And I found that anaconda in there. Underneath the pool stuff, chilling, and it scared the hell out of me. That was like a month ago. No sign of any other anacondas since. No vipers, no nothing. I haven't found anything lately. Yesterday, I'm weed eating around the property here, and I see a little hole. And I've seen it before, and I thought it was for like little ground squirrels or something, because I seen some ground squirrels over there. And I'm weed eating over there right by that. I get weed eaten by that hole. 2 baby snakes pop out. Two of them. They're trying to tag team me, bro. 2 of them. 2 of these things. So now, and they got the same markings. Ground squirrel. I don't know what you call it. One of them stupid little, not a regular squirrel. I don't know. Some little rodent. And I'm just telling you, man, I don't like knowing this. This thing is definitely reproduced on my property. So now I got mom anaconda somewhere hunting a buffalo in the woods or something to drag back. So I got that. And then now I got these kids, and I don't like this because now I know that thing is reproduced. What if it dumped 100 anaconda eggs underneath my house? Now every time I mow or go outside, I gotta look at me together. Keep your head on a swivel for a gang of snakes. I don't like it. I don't trust it. I don't appreciate. That thing isn't paying me rent to be having kids on my property. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Matthew says it wouldn't be Johnny's first time being tag teamed by 2 snakes. I'm not even mad. That's just funny. I'm not even mad. That's just funny. Yeah, were the snakes named Brian Kelly and Chad? Yeah, that was going to be my joke on Twitter. That was going to be my joke. Was, hey, look, I found where Chad lives. Little snake. He's trying way too hard. Chad's trying way too hard. Roger Dodger, I know you're here. He's trying way too hard. When he gets up there and he keeps doubling down on this. There's something really special about USC and Notre Dame sucks. That's basically what he says whenever he talks. He says, eminent domain, Dodger. The snake was first on your property. Yeah, I get what you're saying nature-wise, but that doesn't mean I'm going to accept it. So Chad's trying way too hard. Every time Chad gets in front of a mic, he can't wait to say, I love USC and I don't like Notre Dame. He's trying way too hard. He's trying way too hard to fit in with the cool kids in LA. So I don't know, whatever. But and the other thing is, Dodger, how many recruiting spots are they going to have this year? 50? They got 30 commits already. What are they going for, a 50-man class? John, you got to talk to Tim Hyde about that recruiting class. What's he going to say? Let me guess, knowing Tim. A lot of empty calories, a lot of repetition, and a lot of guys that he doesn't think that much of, but you get him in the class. Is that Tim's angle? Just a guess. I don't know. Nikki Sanduch, D21, $10 hour. Johnny Dangerously. We are now considered NFL Dad U. Yeah, I know. And Goolsby's a believer in those genes. He's a believer in those genes. Goolsby tells me all the time, man. Some families are just blessed with those freak genes and they pass them down. It's just science. Don't ask me. Do I look like some scientist? I don't know how it works, but it's like they just pass the genes down and then the kids get those genes or whatever. So I don't know. It's interesting. It is. Yeah, Chad is building his brand. Whatever, man. He's trying way too hard. He's trying way too hard. 574, what's going on?
What's up, John?
What's up? Hey, is this Walter? Walter White? What's going on?
Yeah. Not much. You're talking about snakes. All kinds of snakes that you're dealing with. Dude, if you're going to be talking about snakes, you got to ask yourself, where is Samuel L. Jackson when you need him?
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I get snakes on a plane, dog. I'm telling you, I went over that news article a couple weeks ago. I went over a news article where a guy was trying to smuggle 44 pit vipers on his carry-on bag on a plane. You're talking about legitimate snakes on a plane. What? What is wrong with these people? What the hell is wrong with you? This guy literally was trying to do snakes on a plane. He went into the wilderness of Indonesia or somewhere in India or something, stole 44 pit vipers, and then just figured, well, I'll just put these in the carry-on bag with my what?
Kill me, man.
Yeah, well, those snakes are trying to kill me, man. The next thing you see is my carcass being consumed by a rat's nest of snakes dragging me through the yard, and you'll never see me again.
Unless you have the sword of Gryffindor from the Harry Potter movies.
I don't know. I was too old for the Harry Potter movies. I don't understand any of that wizardry stuff. I don't understand. I'm too old for that.
I was born in the 90s. I loved it, even though the Gryffindor was USC colors.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of USC colors. What do you think, Walter White? Are we going to land this 5-star today? Are you feeling a 5-star Friday, or what's the deal? Give me some good news, bro.
I haven't paid attention to recruiting. I just believe anything goes.
Yeah, it's, hey, we're supposed to be tonight. We're going to find out what we're going to get. Walter, I want to know, if we land this 5-star tonight, can you do an ollie in the parking lot for us? A celebration skateboard trick like Tony the Hawk?
Perhaps, why not? Maybe a kickflip.
I appreciate it. Do a little backflip. Anything else on your mind, Walter?
Yeah, isn't New York the Penn State fans become USC simps?
Listen, the USC people bother me. Penn State people bother me. Michigan people bother me. Most Ohio State people, other than Eric in the chat, bother me. Everybody bothers me, Walter. I got something against everybody that's not Notre Dame. Most notably, James Franklin's a weird guy. I just can't understand a scenario where I sit down with that guy and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm buying into what this guy's selling me. I just can't do it.
Well, one other thing I want to say. Found out Jadarian Price had a heart-to-heart conversation with Jeremiah Love.
What do you mean what do you mean by that?
He went up there and told him, every time I'm in the field, you're on the field. In the damn end zone. Scoring up all the touchdowns. I want to give me some of them rush yards. I love touchdowns.
Yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen here. I don't know how that's all going to work out. I don't know how they're going to divide out those reps. All I know is a healthy Jeremiah Love is one of the biggest difference makers in the sport. Feed that man this year.
He's going to be jumping over those fools come October.
He's gone after this year. Go ahead and feed him and highlight him and do what you can to take the pressure off of the new quarterback.
He's definitely going to be, in my opinion, the top running back, and it's going to be fun watching him jumping over the Trojans again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe for the last time, by the way. So it's going to be
jump over Kenny while you're at it too.
Yeah. It's going to be, I don't know. This should be an exciting year. A lot of positivity, and we're going to see how it goes, Walter. What else is new in the greater South Bend metropolitan area, my friend?
Well, we do have, I am looking forward to one guy. He has a very fun name to say when he gets a sack.
Okay.
Know who it is?
And who is it? What is it?
Kingston Valamalu Asa.
Villamalula Asa, knocking you on your asa. I like that.
Hey, we're going to be chanting, mark my words, we're going to chant all hail Kingston by the time he becomes a captain.
Yeah, I do like, Clapper's a good one too. As far you want to talk about, Tex ND says Clapper. That's a hell of a sack name too. Give him the clap. Boom. So to speak. Oh, we're having a good time here Friday. We're having a good time here on a Friday. Walter, thanks for giving me a call. Go record some of them. Go record some of them flips and let me know.
All right.
Have a good one. Is it just me? Am I going deaf, or is it hard to hear what's going on? Is it me? Somebody write in the chat. Is it me? Am I like having a hard of hearing because I yell and it's affecting my own head, or what? Nikki DeSanduch with the $10. We got a couple other hollers, and we're going to go back to the calls. Hollers for the dollars, baby. Hollers for the dollars. Donnie White, God bless you. I wanted to give you some space, Donnie. had a loss in the family, and I kind of wanted to let Donnie get through that and all the stuff you got to do with your family for that. And I hope everything went well and you were able to lay her to rest peacefully and respectfully and religiously. I know that's a big deal to you, Donnie. I love you. And I hope that all went well and you guys are supporting each other through your loss. Love you, Donnie. I'll give you a shout. I wanted to give you a little space, not talk business, so you could get through that. Christopher Conzolo, he ain't no bozo. $20 holler. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Penn State is weird. Really weird. And it's not even like a theory. Look at what happened there. Like, it's not even like a theory that you could be like, Penn State's weird. They've been proven to be beyond weird. What do you mean? Look at this, Jason. John, they have these big-ass snake balls you could put down there, and it keeps them away. I need something. Tom, mix up a small batch of concrete. Plug up that hole. They're going to come back stronger, Tom. They're going to eat the wet concrete and turn into brick muscle. I could see it ending bad. That mom's probably going to open her mouth, eat all the concrete, and get superpowers or something. Like some sort of teenage mutant ninja snake. Something. I don't trust no snakes. No legs, no trust. I'm sorry. No legs, no trust. I will make a minor exception for like Vietnam veterans. That's about it. I really did think about my theory of no legs, no trust for snakes and sharks. And I think it applies for most people too. I'll give you, if you're a combat veteran, I'll give you a break on that. That's about it. Otherwise, no legs, no trust. Live your life by that. You'll be happy. It'll save you a lot of pain. It'll save you a lot of pain. So I don't know. It is, these people are in a cult. These people are in a cult, Mark. It's just weird, man. Penn State fans in my Twitter comments saying some wild shit, especially considering their school's recent history of growth. I remember when all the Sandusky stuff hit. And all the reporting was coming out about the dynamic. And they literally, it was weird how within a town, they kind of created their own town and had their own special, like, I know it's not rare that you have like a police department for your like little, like the school as a police department, but it was like this Happy Valley private police thing just for them. And even the name, like Happy Valley, sounds creepy to me. Like keep these people away from me. Keep these people away from me. Damn it. 415, what's going on?
Sorry about that, Johnny. You there?
I got you. Hey, you're not calling from a well. What's going on?
Not me, buddy. Not me, my friend. How's everything going there?
I feel like people could tell that I'm a little antsy today. I got a little extra juice to me today, and some of it might be the anacondas in the neighborhood. But I think most of it is I want it to be a 5-star Friday. I want JOB to go to ND. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be incredible. That'd be fantastic. But at the same time, just be prepared of two things. One, if he does commit to Notre Dame, the recruiting most certainly does not stop there with him.
Yeah,
because it is just going to ramp up between now and December or whenever it is that they are officially signed on between him and everybody else. So they're going to sit there and they're going to be pulling the Deuce Knight thing saying, hey, what is Notre Dame giving you NIL wise? What are they giving you out of their $20.5 million? What kind of incentives are they, providing for you? And then from there, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a constant battle.
Yeah, it is. And I've been sure in my, in the content I've been doing, I believe, Brian, to answer that, I believe, is it 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 our time, or it starts at 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 our time? I believe that's what I saw last night. I was having trouble looking up the exact time for some reason, but I think it's 7:15 or 8 or 7:15 or 7:30 Eastern, which would be an hour earlier my time. I've been sure to mention in all of my talks about this that this is the kind of guy, even if you get the verbal, it isn't over, and you're going to have to battle to the end to keep that guy. The Nike money will keep showing up and be offered, all the other stuff going on. And you know what, though? If you want one of these guys, you've got to be okay with this because it's the way it goes. So if you want to be in one of them races, you have to accept what comes with it. And this is that.
That is absolutely it. This is the new world as far as this goes.
Yeah.
This isn't just they put on a hat at signing day and then that's a wrap. That's not it. It is consistent all the way until the ink is on the paper. And it is a new battle that everybody has to deal with. I mean, look at what was it? The kid from what was his name? Bryce Underwood went to LSU, right? And he's sitting there going to LSU. He's committed to LSU, and then he flips and he goes to Michigan. Well, why is that? Why did he flip? What was it? It was the incentives through the NIL deals that made him want to switch out of the SEC and LSU and go up to Michigan. And now you're looking and you're reading into it. And I did a little digging on this. He's getting, $10.5 million through NIL deals over 4 years. So it's about 2.5 or so million that he's getting with extra incentives based upon his play. I mean, that sounds so much like the NFL. It's insane.
Now,
right?
let me ask this. Have you thought this through? Is there a scenario where Michigan gets nailed with a postseason bowl ban for a couple years and then he's on the market again? Is that I don't know.
Yeah.
And again, depending on who you read or listen to, you'll have debating takes on what's going to happen with the Michigan thing. The Buckeye Scoop guys are saying the hammer's coming. They're getting absolutely nailed. Then I see Ward Manuel talking to Scam Web, state-run media, Michigan the other day, saying nobody's talked to me about banning anything, and it's all good. There's nothing to see here. So you got him talking to Scam Web, who's never told the truth on the air in his life. It's state-run propaganda only. I don't know what to believe, but it would crack me up. What if he goes back to Kelly, though? What if he goes back to Kelly?
Well,
you got Nutsburgers last year, whatever, and then he's gone. What if Kelly ends up with them if that happens?
Yeah, I mean, that is a possibility. And with the transfer portal and with all the different abilities for the players now to kind of jump ship and move around and create more NIL deals. And, it is going to be an absolute free-for-all. There's nothing that has been solidified as far as organization through this settlement. I mean, all it was to make it legal for colleges to go ahead and pay. So now you have this kid who leaves LSU. He goes up to Michigan. He gets all the NIL deal. Now you have the two kids that we just tried to get. They go and they sign with Michigan. And you're going to start seeing more players like, okay, so we want to go play with this guy, or we want to be a part of this, or we can see the Dave Portnoys of the world and these other people, these other boosters that are creating this massive amount of extra cash through the NIL, and they're following that pipeline. And so, unfortunately, if you are not one of the big time schools that can produce something like that, let's say, albeit a Northwestern or Minnesota or something to that degree, a lot of your players, if they are already with you, are going to start getting picked off later on when they do start producing. So if you have like the running back out of Boise State, if he's not all committed into Boise State and he has a really good season, and then someone else says, we're going to give you $10.5 million for the next 2 or 3 years, come on up, and it's through NIL and not even touching the $20.5 million, then he's going to jump. Yeah. But at the same time, John, if you have Michigan get the hammer, let's just say Ohio State fans get exactly what they want, right? And I think it's more wishful thinking, but let's say they get what they want, and the hammer comes down and they get bowl bans or whatever, or playoff bans and the whole thing. And you start seeing these kids jumping, because they will. The money, well, that actually brings up a kind of an interesting dynamic. Do they jump because they're getting paid? So is it about the money, or is it about going to playoff games? You're still going to get the exposure. You're still going to get paid, and you're going to go to the league at some point. So I don't know. It's really fascinating, but I can see if for some reason they do get the hammer, then I do think that you will see some of those kids jump out, especially those who are not getting the, 10.5 to 12 million over 4 years.
Yeah, it's here's another angle of this. Maybe you know more about it than I do. This 80-page settlement with the courts and whatever they're going to do. I am still a bit unclear of how that's all going to be implemented. and the effect that has on NIL or not, or if that's a separate calculation. Like, do you have a clear understanding of what's going to happen with that settlement? Does it just mean everybody's going to get the same amount on the team and then NIL on top of it if you're good enough to get those deals? Is that what it's going to be? Do you have an understanding of how that's going to change this whole dynamic? I don't understand exactly the implementation yet.
It's very complex if you start mixing the two of NIL and this settlement itself. In my mind, the way I read it and the way that I've been seeing this is that they are two separate entities. You have the NIL, which is if Tostitos or Doritos wants to go ahead and give you a deal, they are more than welcome to do that. If State Farm wants to give you a deal, they're more than welcome to do that. Just like we thought, hey, Augie's Locker Room, let's pony up, right? If they want to go ahead and sponsor some kid and give him $10 million, go for it, right? On the other side, there is the settlement, which is something completely separate from NIL. And all that means is that the colleges get to have this allotted amount, which as of right now stands at $20.5 million. And they get to decide how they give it to their players. Now, some schools have $20.5 million and many do not in their extra revenue.
Yeah.
So if you have an Ohio State or Notre Dame, we have the $20.5 million. So we can go ahead and we can pay these kids, however it is what we see, whether we think that the football players should get more, basketball or whatever. What would be interesting is when you go and you look at it on a grand scale and you look at a school like Duke or Villanova, right, I don't even know if they have a football team, or someone like that, you don't have to allocate it for football necessarily because basketball might be your bigger revenue. So then you're giving it to the Cooper Flags of the world, like we were talking about last week. So, and again, over the next 10 years, that $20.5 million is going to increase over time. So every year it'll go up a little bit, almost like a 3% cost of living, when you're looking at MOUs and whatnot. It'll be the same thing with this. It will go up as time goes on. And then from there, they'll go ahead and, oh, you're laughing again.
I got Adam.
What do you got?
I got to tell you, this Penn State guy that just jumped in the chat, literally every single thing he types in is getting more absurd than the one before. I can't help. Adam, I'm listening to you, but I can't. I'm sorry. We don't get a lot of Penn State action, but every single thing he's typing is getting worse than the one before it.
Oh, God. All right. Well, does any of it have to do with Notre Dame? Tell me that.
Yeah, he's saying it was a lucky win and they're going to win it all this year and they should be number one.
God.
And we got lucky.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, John, is it James Franklin? Is he that delusional that he's now going into other people's chats? He must be losing his mind over there.
Oh my God, it's really entertaining to me. The guy is 3-16 against the top 10, and I got people thinking they're the number one team in the world. I don't understand how you could buy into a head coach that loses more big games than Brian Kelly. I can't understand it. Even Penn State boy here. Even if I agreed you have a really good roster and it like a good tough team or whatever, you got to explain to me, Penn State Sports Talk, explain to me how you have any faith in your head coach to win a big game against a real team when the record says he never does it and they always choke. It's a genuine question to the Penn State guy. Tell me, other than Happy Valley delusion, and we've seen the path that leads down before, other than Happy Valley delusion, tell me how you could possibly have faith in that guy that never beats anybody that's any good. How? Sorry, Adam.
You don't. You don't, John. I mean, to switch gears, let's go. Here's the deal. The deal is that Penn State has the roster. They have the coaching staff. They pulled in coordinators. They have the players. They have dynamic players. They have a fan base that's 110,000 strong, whiteout, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Guess what you don't have? You don't have the it factor. You don't have the factor that gets you through those big games, especially if you could have what some people are calling a top 10 NFL draft pick as your quarterback, throwing picks in the fourth quarter of a tie game for us to take it down the field and kick the winning field goal against you.
Yeah.
If you're not able to get over whatever that little psychological hump is, then you could sit here and scream so you blue in the face every single year about, oh, you're lucky or this or that. Hey, buddy, zero humility. You got nothing. You got nothing because you lost. You lost. And so now you're in our chat, you're talking to us and spewing nonsense because you guys can't even close the deal.
And here's the thing, Adam, and Penn State Sports Talk guy. Here's the thing. I want to root for Penn State to beat teams like Michigan and Ohio State that I have way more personal vendetta against. Like, I'm on your side, Penn State guy. I would like Penn State to rise up and beat Michigan and beat Ohio State because I dislike those teams for personal reasons way more than any weird Penn State vibes there are. It just never happens. And you end up in a Kelly situation where you beat the 10 teams you obviously have more talent than, and then you get everybody hyped up for a big game moment, and then you fall apart. And I'm done getting burned by that. You're going to beat 10 teams you play by having more talent. And then what do you do with those needle movers? Nothing. The only guy with the worst big game record than Kelly. I can't believe it till I see it. I will not believe it until I see it.
It starts from the top. It starts from the top. And I'll tell you that, I feel the exact same way as you as far as Penn State goes. I have always been rooting for them whenever they play against Michigan or Ohio State. And I want them to get over that hump as far as that goes. And I like the history of it and all that kind of stuff and whatever. But the reality is that you just have not done it ever. And that is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
And so when we look at these kind of dynamics within a culture of a team, and you and I have been talking so much about, Marcus Freeman and the type of kind of mentality and everything that he brings, that kind of swag or whatnot into the locker room, but also into the program altogether. To me, James Franklin does the exact opposite. The way he conducted himself in those interviews before the game against us in the playoffs was just so telling. He was basically trying to big time Marcus Freeman, and Marcus Freeman just kind of sat there and looked at him like, all right.
Yep.
And guess what happened? You lost again.
Well,
so, come on, man.
Here's what gets me. Here's what bothers me is I don't like fake tough guy stuff, right? Like they'd always fake. Right. When I get a sense of like fake tough guy stuff, it really rubs me the wrong way. And I get a lot of that vibe off James Franklin, tough talking, and we're locking arms, walking out there. It's a lot of like fake tough guy stuff. But when it comes to nut cutting time and you got a needle mover game, you don't win it. You just don't win it. And so I have wanted to root for Penn State to take down Michigan and Ohio State or whatever. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And you know what? You could say Notre Dame got lucky because Allard threw them that ball, with the game in doubt or whatever. I'm just saying, man, all these people that have Penn State as the number one preseason team, you got to tell me how you're ignoring all of the big game record and you're buying in now on blind faith. I just don't get it.
No. And when we were dissecting Notre Dame and everybody was talking about, God, how are we going to do this? Right. We're no matter what, we're going in with a very young, inexperienced quarterback, no matter who it was, right? After Angeli had left. And so we were talking about that. And I brought up the idea that when you look across the board of all the teams that were in the playoffs last year, the majority of them do not have their starting quarterbacks back. The majority of them lost their running backs or their offensive line or their coaches left or whatever it was. There was so much turnover going on, right? And so when we look at Penn State, you have a lot coming back and then some. And you even added in Ohio State's coordinator. So how are you going to sit there and tell me that you shouldn't be number one? In my mind, you better be number one. You better run the table. This should be your year because if you don't do it now, right, with a starting quarterback that is projected to go top 10, the running back duo that you have, the coordinator set in place, all the different experience that you have, and you don't do it, and you go into Columbus or whoever you're going to play where and when, and you don't win, then wow, man, get ready because you guys are going to be on a downturn. And because now they're going to be like, you're never going to be able to get over the hump.
Yeah. Listen, man, I understand they have a good team and a lot coming back that you like. I just have no faith in that guy until he proves me otherwise. I have no.
Exactly.
Shane M. Gillis, what's going on? I just have no faith or trust. But look at this. Penn State Sports, Adam, here's what he says. Notre Dame has a Mountain West schedule. We better get a rematch in the playoffs. So we have a Mountain West schedule. Let me look at the first two games. It is Miami, and it is now all I got to do to dispel this is go over the first two games. Miami and Texas A&M are our first two games. I don't even have to go any further to disprove your theory, and you should delete your account and repent for liking Penn State. Like, I have no problem with trolls, but you got to give me something to work with, bro. I have no problem with getting trolled in the chat, but you got to give me something to work with. But when you say they have a Mountain West schedule, just the first two games disprove you, man. They disprove you. Go ahead and believe in James Franklin all you want. Go ahead.
John, are you ready for this? Their first three games, Nevada, FIU, and Villanova, which I didn't even know had a football team until just now.
Wait a second. Are they playing basketball? I didn't know Villanova had a football team. I honestly didn't think Villanova had a football team, and he's over here saying we don't play anybody. What do they put in the water in this Happy Valley? What are you drinking?
Oh, my goodness.
Son of a buck.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You end the year with Rutgers.
You get how much time you got, buddy? How much time you got, buddy? We could do this all day. It's supposed to be a 5-star Friday talking about JOB picking ND, and I got this guy talking to me about Penn State being number one. We will use this as motivation. That's why Aller came back. Oh man. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, you know what? They're number one at just dropping the ball in the biggest moments, and that's just the way it is. So, you know what? Until you guys do, just keep your mouth shut. Just don't worry about it. Just get out there and ball out and try to get those W's. But until you do, you can't come out here and tell people that they're lucky on this or lucky on that. Christian Gray made a heck of a play on that ball, a heck of a play, diving towards it to get it down on the field, getting his arms underneath the ball in order to intercept it. But, I mean, it's just like you can't sit there and be like he just lobbed it to you. It was a great play. So it's just one of those things where you guys had the lead. You were up 10-0. You didn't come through. We took care of business, and that's a wrap. You know, so I don't want to hear it. And oh, by the way, if you did go to the national championship game, if you had beaten us, then you would have played against Ohio State. And I guarantee that you would not have come back from 20 some odd points down and to get it within an arm's reach. That would not have happened with your team. You would have faltered out. So our team had absolute heart. It started with our coach. It still is with our coach. It had with our quarterback, even though he was a one-year transfer. That kid balled out day in and day out, and you saw it that first drive of that championship game. And that is something that I just don't see on the other side of the field for when it comes to Penn State. Not as of yet.
Yeah, it's just Penn State sports talk. You got to try and sell me on defending a guy that has a horrible, horrible, horrible record against the top echelon. You've got to try and defend that to me in your belief. Like you can't sell me on something that I just have never seen yet. And every time I tune into a game and go, this is going to be the one Penn State's going to piss off Michigan and Ohio State people, whatever, you lose. I just can't buy into it. I think Franklin's a poser who tries too hard, fake tough guy stuff. I really didn't appreciate how he tried to big brother Freeman as if he has any skins on the wall. He's never won nothing. So I don't understand why he was acting like that. You know, that's the other thing. He was trying to big brother. That dork Signetti guy at Indiana was trying to big brother Freeman. I like how Freeman handled it, like just kind of letting these guys think they have the upper hand till it comes time to go play ball.
It was great. I thought he was and let's see if you can pull this out, the cerebral assassin in those press, because the fact of the way that he orchestrated the whole thing. He allowed them to ramble on. He allowed them to keep going. And it was just like, all right, man, like keep going, like dig yourself a hole. And both good old Signetti and Franklin did just that. And they both lost. So it's just like, there's no room to talk. The talking is done on the field. You can go ahead and you can chirp about all the different potential and the different things that you have in every single aspect. But until you do it on the field, it does not matter. It's the exact same way that we felt about Brian Kelly. the exact same way.
Yeah.
And we sat there year after year going, what is there to talk about? What is there to talk about? We keep getting there. We're 12-0. We get boat raced in the BCS championship. We go down to Dallas. We get boat raced. We don't even score a touchdown. We scored 3 points against Clemson. I mean, it just was disaster after disaster. Ohio State constantly in the bowl games. It just did not matter. We beat LSU in a rainy Florida. Great. And I don't even remember what the name of the bowl was, but it's just those kinds of things where it was just like there was no room to talk. It was like, okay, well, hopefully next year we could get somebody in here that can do it. And then finally, 30 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I understand the internet. I get it. It's a wild, wild west, and everybody can chirp and say whatever they want. But the reality is that when it really comes down to it, it is what you do on the field. And I'll tell you another one. Most of the fights, as everybody has heard this before, are won before it even starts. And if you win the fight in the practice and in the weight rooms and all those different things, or in the press conferences, the way that Marcus Freeman was doing it, then you're going to win it on the field. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's man, it's just I didn't expect that. We don't get a lot of Penn State interaction here, and sure enough, the guy came right in here, and every next chat was worse than the one before it. Adam, we're gonna see what happens tonight. I'm feeling like it's a freaky 5-star Friday for Notre Dame. The vibes are good. Yep. It's Adam. It's riding that momentum of recruiting is a real living, breathing thing. It is literally like you can feel when you're a diehard lunatic, like everybody who's here year round, even when the season isn't going on, you palpably can feel that energy swing up and down. It is a living, breathing thing you can feel as a collective. And it's fun when you're riding high, and it's miserable when you're riding low because you're in the summer. You can't even just look to Saturday and get a bad taste out of your mouth by cracking somebody's lid. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to sit with it and then hope something good comes next. It's going to be really, really interesting. Let's have a feel-good, freaky 5-star Friday. Adam, I hope you enjoy it. I hope he announces for Notre Dame. And I hope you pop a cold one and celebrate a little recruiting victory.
Brother, 100%, my friend. I'll talk to you next week, buddy.
Have a good one. How much time you got, buddy? How much time you got? Listen, Penn State guy. You still have not addressed my main question. How can you have belief in a guy that just doesn't win the big games? And it's not like 5 tries. It's like 25 tries. 3-19 against the top 10. I just can't get behind that or believe in that. And it's like, well, we got a lot of good stuff coming back. Yeah, including the coach coming back who doesn't win any of those games. Anyways, 949. Good morning. Who knows what's going on today? We're losing our minds today. 949.
I have very little to add to the show, but my boot size is 9.5 wide or 10. Just putting that out there.
Hey, listen, this is just, it's a lot to keep up with. Are you feeling good about a feel good Friday? Are you feeling the 5-star Friday?
I always feel good because it doesn't matter. If he comes to Notre Dame, good for us. If he doesn't come to Notre Dame, good for us. We're still going to be good. We'll take what we have when we play. But I'll say this about Penn State. If you really want to piss them off, you just sprinkle a little truth and reveal that of Joe Pa's 700 wins, 30% of them were over Rutgers, Youngstown State, Akron, and Houston. And that really, they'll go and they'll research it and try to prove you're wrong. And then they find out it's right. And they're like, they shut up.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Listen, again, I wanted to get behind Penn State when it comes to knocking off an Ohio State or a Michigan to really change the narrative and knock like Ohio State or Michigan out of playoff position or whatever. But it's the whole Notre Dame Brian Kelly routine again. Good enough to beat like 10 teams that you have more talent than, And then when the needle moves, you just don't win the game. You don't win the game, and I can't believe in that. And that should also mean that you should shut up and not say anything until you change that narrative, not lose and keep running your stupid mouth anyways.
They can't help it. It's the Penn State arrogance. Everyone else knows. Arrogance is a pretty tough thing. It's with Michigan, certainly. Pompousness, arrogance. Penn State, definitely. Ohio State, I'll give them credit. They've
at least they back it up sometimes, though. See, that's the difference, though. At least Ohio State backs it up with some big game performances sometimes. It's just, I'm sorry. We were having a feel-good 5-star Friday with Joey O'Brien, the most Notre Damiest name of all time other than John Kennedy, as far as Irish Catholic names here go. And I got this Penn State guy that just, he grew up drinking the well water in Happy Valley, and it created a brain disorder. Like I said, MFPD, Michigan football brain disorder. There's something in that water down there in Happy Valley. It ain't right. It messes with people's brains.
Well, it's from the showers that Joe Pa looked the other way from.
Oh,
it's just the runoff.
God, that's sick, man. I don't understand. If you can't get the death penalty for that operation, I don't know what you can. I mean, I don't understand. So it's brutal. It's tough. I think we're going to have a good night, though. It's going to be a good night, Notre Dame land. People are going to be in a good mood. I think you're going to land this guy. I don't want to say that. I've said that now, and Phil Knight probably just dropped $5 million on his granny's doorstep while I said that. Like, trust nothing, but I'm feeling pretty good.
I hear you. I'm with you. Go Irish. God bless you. God bless everybody on the call. And everybody have a great weekend.
Have a good one.
Just remember one thing. 9.5 wide or a 10.
There you go. Have a good one, buddy. How much time you got? Growing up in Pennsylvania really shows you how bad Penn State fans are. Shane, I'm just glad you escaped. I'm just glad you have proper perspective. Shane, if you're ever bored and you want to come on the show, we'll do our own show, and you could get away from whatever's going on, stressful on the road, all the travel, whatever. You want to just hook up with your boy and talk about Notre Dame for a half hour, let me know. I'll send you the link and we'll have a drink. Let's do it, baby. All right. I got some chats I need to get to. Irish Gordian Knott says, I don't know if we're going to go down that road. Newt Rockne had lots of wins against, weren't they playing? Rockne was playing literally, if you look up the record, literally Newt Rockne played, if you look at those teams, they played like the Chicago Medical Institute, which was a bunch of nerds that were going to be doctors and surgeons. And then you lace them up and go play against Notre Dame. It's just funny. It's literally like the Chicago Medical School of dentistry or something. And you're like, but that was 100 years ago. 11-1 this year. I just go do whatever you're going to do, man. But the way you guys openly blew that game against Notre Dame and let us back in it, and the way that happened, for you to roll in here with the arrogance and the confidence you have, coming off of a loss against Notre Dame that ended your year in ugly fashion, you're coming in here with a lot of bravado, man. You don't win big games against good teams, even in the playoff. That was lucky, I guess. It's a very, very weak argument, though. Nobody likes those arguments. You ever notice that? Nobody likes those arguments. You only beat us because you're lucky. I guess. What about you make your own luck, right? Somebody had to intercept that pass at the end, right? Was that luck? Was the diving interception to win the game luck? That's the thing. It's just, this is the best team James has had. Yeah. And his big game record is what it is. You gotta square that with me. Slip Mahoney, the Always Irish team could play the Mental Institute. It'd be a fair match the way I operate in this basement. I'm going to tell you that right now. Let's look at some of these chats. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. 555, the white Dolomite. Whoever didn't pray today for a 5-star Friday, it's your fault if he doesn't commit. You know what, though? I got to tell you this. Some people aren't probably going to like this. But if prayers was all it took to get Notre Dame where I want them to go, we would have a bunch more championships. The one that always sticks out to me, it's about 3:30 in the morning, Friday turning into Saturday of Bush Push. And there's nobody at the grotto but me. It's the calm before the storm. Picture 3:30 in the morning. Remember, I slept on the sidewalk there in the game day. They had that one game day ticket sales window. And me and my buddies were sleeping overnight on that. They let you literally sleep on that sidewalk outside the stadium. And I walked over to the grotto at like 3:30 in the morning. There's no one there. It's just me. I know what's coming. This is a few more hours. That sun comes up and it's Notre Dame USC against that all-world team. And I just said, can we just have this one, God? Like, if I won't ask for nothing, I need this one. Can I just have this one? And I did my good Catholic boy routine, and look how that worked out. I've never been the same. I've never been the same after leaving the stadium that night. But I was like, dude, can we just get this one? Come on, man. Just let me get this one. Nope. Couldn't happen. Ronald says USC did us a favor. What was the favor? They extended Charlie Weiss 10 years after a loss. What was the favor? They literally extended him because we didn't get blown out. That was the standard back then, apparently. You didn't beat USC, but you pushed him to the brink. Here's a 10-year deal. What, did we just get done paying him off a while ago? Went by his house in South Bend not long ago, by the way, when I was in town. Really cool place. He built horse stables and everything else. Really, really cool. Cool place. You can't bet and pray for the same game, Johnny. I've never bet on Notre Dame. I've never bet on a Notre Dame game. It's not safe. I'm too emotionally invested to logically sit back and analyze the situation. And I'm self-aware enough to know that. I've never bet on a Notre Dame game. You can't trust what you're going to get. And, if I would have bet on Notre Dame, I wouldn't have bet on them to lose to Northern Illinois. Come on. Cincy 2 2021. That's a good one. All right. I want to go over some of these chats. Let's see. The Sly Fox. Good morning, always Irish Nation and trolls. Hopefully getting Grayson McCo. How do you say this stupid name? It's been bugging me. What do you say this name? It's bugging me. From out of nowhere, we'll open the floodgates for ND going on a huge recruiting run. And I'm just telling you, Chicken Little, he gone. Give me that Hawk Harrelson. He gone. Grab some bench. Hey, I listen to Goolsby. So when Goolsby tells me this guy's going to be a first-round draft pick, I like that body, I like that athleticism, I'm likely to believe what he's saying. Look at you guys. Look. McKee ho, McCoo. So McKee. Now everybody's giving me a different way to say it. Even just phonetically, how you're typing it in is covering all of the ways I said it in my head. McKee, McCoff, McCoo. Oh my God, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Jay Carr, today's such a big day. O'Brien decision day, 50-year anniversary of Jaws being released, and John starting a snake sanctuary at his house. Exciting times. I saw this mom snake last year, and it went under the deck. And what I did was I went to like Lowe's or Menards or something, and they got this bottle of spray you attach to the end of your hose, and it has all these smells that doesn't kill them, but it makes them like hate the area. Peppermint, ginger. There's like these weird smell, not ginger like my hair, but like ginger, the smell or whatever. There's certain things snakes don't like. And I just sprayed a bunch of that crap under the deck. Maybe I just need to juice that thing up to the hose and shoot it in that hole and watch the anacondas get out of here or something. Or maybe it'll drown them. I don't know. But I don't like it. I don't like it. Look at this, Domer Guy 88. Now John can officially say the dog days of summer. It is finally summer. I believe June 20th is the official start of summer. It makes no sense to me. To me, you're almost at 4th of July. Summer's almost over and you're just starting summer. Let's just say this. In my world, in my mind, the seasonal calendar, it should just go with football, man. The weekend the first game starts, it's fall. Summer's over. It's football year. It's fall. And when you're in May and the kids are out of school, I don't know how you call that spring. That's summer. So I don't understand. I got a problem with whoever set this up. The kids are out of school. That's summer. Football starts. Summer's over. It's fall. I don't understand why this is so hard. Hey, that's just the way I've looked at it my whole life. You're telling me it's almost 4th of July and summer's starting? I don't understand that. The only thing I like is saying the dog days of summer. Oh, I just like doing the wolf. Heard a little Coach O in there. When they're down there, it's always summer when you're down in the bayou. You go over there, a couple beers, find yourself a couple 19-year-old in a bikini. You go down to the corner bar. And every day is summer in Coach O life. We have ourselves a good time down there. Roast up some alligator bites. Drink me a couple cold ones. Have fun with a couple college girls. Oh, man. What are you talking about? Is this directed to me? In your world, ND? I'm just asking. Is that directed at me? And before I respond and go off, I just want to know if that's directed to me or somebody in the chat. Because it would be pretty rich. To say that I'm a guy who says Notre Dame can do no wrong in my world when the entire reason I have a following in this brand is yelling about Notre Dame not being good enough. So if that's about me, you're going to have to recalculate, because the only reason any of this is existing is because I went on the air and lost my mind and said Notre Dame's not good enough in 2016 and this is garbage and it needs to change. I wouldn't have a brand without that. The summer solstice. What's a solstice? I don't know what that means. What is a solstice? I have no idea. Coach O 100% eats snakes. I'm going to tell you this. Many years ago, I forget why, we went to the Alabama State Fair. It was banned. It was like Leonard Skinner and the Doobie Brothers or something. There was some big music festival or something at the Alabama State Fair. And we went down there and there was relatives in the area. We went down there and man, the Alabama State Fair is something. When you're from where I'm from, the Alabama State Fair is something. And one thing I realized is it's amazing to me, the whole, like, we don't like black people, but if they play for the football team, that doesn't count. It was amazing to me that some of the blatant racism, but if they're an Alabama football player, then it doesn't count. No. That's different. Totally different. They're one of the good ones. So there was a lot of contradictions down there with some blatant racism. But if they're on the football team, then it doesn't count. That bothered me. But also, I'm talking about the vendors down there at the state fair, talking about rattlesnake bites, rattlesnake burgers, all sorts of stuff, man. You could use a rattlesnake for anything. Your belt, your boots, and your burger, baby. They were eating rattlesnake like it was going out of business. Unbelievable. Nobody ever explained to John how seasons work. I don't know what the word solstice means. I don't know what that means. Anyways. Oh, man. Here's another one, you guys. ND canceled Webb's visit. They must feel like they have enough safeties. I wonder what that means. Yeah, there's all these little signs. Johnny's got a little pep in his step today. Here's the other thing too, Mark. Glad you brought this up, by the way. Here's the other thing. I wonder if Jared Clark feels any pressure to get Elijah Golden to commit to Notre Dame. I don't know if everyone realizes that Jared Clark, that was Goolsby's teammate in Notre Dame, is Elijah Golden's head coach down in Florida. So it's like, I don't want to put any pressure on Jared. I know the decision's not his and the kid's got to do what's best for him. But as a Notre Dame guy working on the Patreon here, I'm just wondering if Jared feels any pressure there from the head coach to be able to deliver. Baylor, man, 64 days till college football. I got to tell you, that logo's a little scary. I'm a little intimidated. That thing looks creepy, man. The white Dolomite. I am not going to the Miami game. My brother and many Always Irish representatives will be at the Miami game. We'll have a tailgate. My brother will fly the flag, and all the Always Irish people can get together before the game. And but I'm not going to be there. And Deegan, her buddy from here on out, recruiting misses are over with. Now, you want to talk about positivity from the Notre Dame end? Well, there you go. No pressure, text ND. What up, AI peeps? Today is a big day determining the trajectory of the program. Listen, it shouldn't feel that dramatic, but it kind of does. Like, that's what I'm talking about with the recruiting momentum and those swings or whatever. It shouldn't feel like an end-all, be-all thing, but you get it built up in your mind of what it is, and then it, like, you got to have it. And if you don't, everything's terrible. Like, I experienced this mind creep with this, even though I said I'm not worrying about nothing till signing day. I'm too old to let that stress me out. Well, now look at me today. Look at me today. Baylor, man. Watch out. Michigan doesn't swoop in and take another guy. Yeah. Oh, EJ would love that, I'm sure. EJ would love that. That's for sure. JOB and Adams package deal. That is the ideal scenario. A 2-for-1 special, baby. 2-for-1 special. Dolomite, I'm, from what I've been told, way more than 65, but anything can happen. You got to be responsible. Anything can happen. We've learned it the hard way. Anything can happen. I don't trust nothing. Look at this, Tex ND. Always Irish, take me away. I have a friend visiting, and we have 5 kids, 10 and under, running around. I'm hiding for this show. It's the most dad move ever to be like, yeah, come on and bring the kids or whatever. And then once they do it, you try and get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I was married with a kid that I realized why so many guys that have beautiful, large homes hang out in the garage any minute they get. You know what I'm talking about? You ever drive through a nice suburban neighborhood in these beautiful homes, and you just see the dad out in the garage every free waking minute? I never understand. I'm thinking, man, there's air conditioning inside, like whatever. Why are so many guys out in the garage? You get married, you have a kid, you understand the appeal of the garage. I don't care if it's 100 degrees and humid in there. You see the appeal of the garage, bro. Jay Carr. My favorite quote from John's last YouTube video. Oh, he posted a picture. That's the kind of shit I'm too old to let get to me. That's the kind of stuff where I'm too old to let it get to me. Of the guy posts, JOB posts a Notre Dame picture of him and Adams, and they're dressed in the Notre Dame stuff. And then the latest picture was them on a Penn State visit, and they're wearing the Penn State stuff. And then everybody like, I'm 40 years old. That should not matter to me. I am 40 years old. That should not matter to me. And I should not be sitting there thinking, is this teenager playing games with us? Or is he playing games with James Franklin and all the Penn State people? That he's doing that. And the last pictures he's going to post is of Penn State, but he's not going to pick them because he's trolling them. This is something at 40 you should not care about. Here I am. Sly Fox. High IQ calls only. What if you don't have a high IQ host? Tex. My house is so crazy. I decided to take a 5-hour drive for some car parts tomorrow. Hopefully it's a happy drive with thoughts of 5 stars. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. Hey, yeah, come on by. We'll all hang out. And then once they're there, yeah, I'm going to go run some errands. Call me crazy, but I like the low IQ calls. There's something to the entertainment value there. There's some entertainment value there. Sounds like both might commit today. Come on, man. Telling you what, that's a double dip, baby. That is a high quality double dip if that happened. Angela says, my husband's in the garage now. Yeah, you're proving my point. You're proving my point. You don't realize it till you're married with kids. And then the appeal of the garage, man. The appeal of the garage. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You, Mark, you're still injured? Man, that's going to be tough. This is a good one for WPP. What's that saying? When you're only as smart as the people you hang around with? Well, WPP hangs around with a bunch of dummies, according to him. Yeah, you're gonna have to find a way to protect your IQ, WPP. You got a low IQ host, and I don't know about after this chat. You better watch out. O'Brien's crystal ball to you guys. That has to mean something, right? Yeah, the weatherman. It's the weatherman. The entire recruiting industry is the weatherman industry. All of the indications lead to one conclusion. And then if it doesn't happen, you just go, things change. What do you want from me? It's the easiest out of all time. You can never hold recruiting people accountable for anything because they're weatherman. And I'm not criticizing it. It's a good job if you could get it. But if they, I'm sure Notre Dame's getting this guy, and then he does it, and you're like, well, what happened? Where's the accountability for you being wrong? Things changed. What do you mean? It's a fast-paced world, bro. Things change. Don't blame me. That's all you got to say. It's the weatherman industry. It's the same exact thing. I think the Penn State people are more delusional than Michigan. It could be a tie, but for different reasons of insanity and illogical thought. So I don't know. Matt Miller. John, is the snake in the snake nest a sign for something to come? Yeah, I found where Chad lives. Today, all day, it's just a long tailgate waiting for an announcement tonight. Oh, man. I just want to see the other side of the basement. What does John stare at the whole time? Well, if I'm looking off to my right, it might be your left on the screen. I don't know how that works when I'm looking into this and which way. But the call-in screen is over here. So I'm always looking over it there. I got this screen on a swivel, and it has the program with the calls on it. So that I'm always looking at that. And apparently I need to look out for any snakes on the ground here. I don't know. Ronald. John, on a positive note, McElroy at ESPN has NDO line #1 in the country. Believe it only when I see it. Goolsby doesn't even think our tackles are tackles. And I know everybody doesn't agree with him, but I defer to him on a lot of this eval stuff. He doesn't even believe our tackles are tackle bodies. I got to see it to believe it. I got to see it to believe it. Okay. Oh, boy. This is good, Chief. This is high quality. The Anaconda wanted some because you got buns, Hans. That's pretty good, Chief. Pretty good. Ronald. Yeah, I agree with you. How about that? Like, is that the upset of the century? Yeah, I agree with you. Carr's definitely not proven. And I definitely think it's very dangerous for Notre Dame fans to just assume everything's going to just totally be okay. I do. I literally think, I mean, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. And so, yeah, there's a lot to prove here, but I can't understand any Notre Dame fan who's assuming we're just going to plug Carr in there. And it's just, we're going right. It's going to be no roadblocks, no stumbling blocks. You're not going to have any, rookie mistakes, first time starter, pressure, speed of the game getting you. misreading defense. You're not going to have any of that, and it's just smooth sailing. I think that's an irresponsible way to think. You could be excited about what you perceive the potential of Carr to be, but you need to understand that there could be some learning curves and some mistakes. And that's why I say you need the other parts of this team to support that kid early on while he's getting his legs underneath him. You need that good defense. Ash, if the defense falls apart, you're one and done. Get out. Like, it's unacceptable. An elite defense is what Notre Dame's known for. Ash doesn't get to come in here with this talent and ever regress. If that happens, you're out. One and done. See ya. Go back and be a scout somewhere. I'm not here for that. That has been the backbone of our program for like 15 years. And I can't have Ash come in here and burn it all down. If you regress, you're out. Sorry, one and done. We had a little fun. See ya. I'm not here for that. So I need that defense to be elite, support the young quarterback, and I need that O-line to be good, and I need your run game to be good to support this quarterback. Make it so he doesn't have to be perfect to win. Mark, keep typing it in until it gets through his brain. Keep doing it. Ash averages 2.7 years per team. Well, if he has one bad year, the average is going down because I don't have the patience for it. It's already a questionable, weird hire, off the radar, off the reservation. If you regress, he gone. Hawk Harrelson, he gone. Grab some bench. Grab yourself some bench. I ain't got no patience for it, bro. None. Okay? None. Yeah, this is Diane, Chris. This is Diane. A lot of new names today. I'm glad the recruiting thing brought some extra people in. Imagine if Carr is as ready day one as Trevor Lawrence was as a freshman, and he would be set to go on a run. That is the high end, Chris, but you can't assume it. Like, that is the high end hope, but you can't assume that. Like, where I'm at is a lot of higher level arm potential, but I got to see it to believe it. And it doesn't have to be perfect in his first year as a starter, but I have to see those sparks of that high level potential and see him progressively getting better throughout the year. PB and Jelly is at Syracuse, hoping to ruin Notre Dame's senior day. So I don't know. But yeah, Chris, this is definitely on the table. I just wouldn't put the odds of it being very high, but it's definitely on the table. I thought the staff like Jay and Jelly, they did. They liked him third, apparently, or second, and he didn't want to be second. I don't know. 100%, John. As Lou said, you got to believe. I believe that I'm going to stress the hell out the first two games of this year. I believe that. I believe that for sure. Dodger, this is interesting. I've been thinking about this since you typed this like an hour ago, and I highlighted it. I think, why do people care about others people's money? It's the same in football as it is in life, I think. With the NIL thing, like there's haves and have-nots. I think it's just the same way it is in life. Like, you know what I mean? You look at a guy that's all rich or whatever, and you're like, yeah, he's successful. Good for him. Screw that guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just think there's a human element that you're just kind of like default jealous of people that have way more money than you, even if they earned it. Like, you could be on the couch not working at all and still be mad at a guy who gets up at 4 a.m. and goes and earns that money, right? But it's just like the people that have more than you sometimes, yeah, good for you, buddy. Good for you. I feel that way in Florida when we'll be like eating or drinking along the inlet there by the ocean, and all these yachts go by, and it's like a $500 million yacht, and there's all these like girls in string bikinis dancing on the top, and they zoom by the bar where I'm at, and I'm just like, yeah, good for you, buddy. I'm happy for you. Good for you. F yo, couch. Why don't I stretch out? Oh man, why do I always go to Florida? My brother lives in Florida, and my parents have a place in Florida. So that's just where we go because I want to go see my brother and his kid, and my parents got a place there. So I always have a nice place to stay, and I get to see my brother. So we always go to Florida. And I don't trust California. California can't be trusted. I don't trust California. I do not trust California. And the last time I was there, I almost died. So can I add that as a reason? On top of them being total weirdos in California, I almost died and drowned the last time I was there and got ate by whatever them leopard sharks are, the ones with the spots. And that's another, telling you what, man, don't trust anything without legs. And I've had bad experiences with sharks. I've had bad experience with snakes. Come on, man. Ronald says, there's a McDonald's nearby. Yeah, man, I got to go all the way to California to get McDonald's, and I'm sure it's going to be priced. Oh, I'll have the double cheeseburger meal. That'll be $28.99, sir. Please pull forward. And on the way out, I'm going to smash your burger like this. It's no. Conundrum. I'm not saying the only thing I distrust are things without legs. I'm just saying you can never trust things without legs. It's not the only thing I don't trust, but I'm saying you can never trust anything without legs. I'm just telling you, somebody's got to explain to me why every time you get a McDonald's burger, it comes out like a pancake. You look at the advertisement and it's a 3-inch juicy burger with all the fixins. Bro, mine comes out looking like this. I literally don't understand. Is it because I only get cheese only? But that doesn't explain why the buns are smashed like pancakes. I don't understand what they do. But every burger is this thick. It makes no sense. Do you order it rare? That's the other thing I don't like. I'm sure they do punch. I swear to God, they look at me and go, this guy, I don't like this guy. I'm rolling a roller, like a dough roller over this guy's burger. I don't understand. I really don't like it. I don't get the fixins, but that doesn't explain why the bread's smashed like a pancake. That doesn't explain that to me. Man, I'm just glad we had Shane Gillis here. I'm glad we had Tim Ide here. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Tim Ide doesn't make it in the podcast space, that dude's looking at a just for men deal, bro. Pisses me off how good Tim Ide's hair looks all the damn time. The guy's double my age and he's over there rocking a full weave and my hair's falling out by the handful. I'm serious, man. That guy could be a hair model. Him and Sam Hartman both could show up and show off their hair. I'm super jealous of Tim Ide's hair. Is that a California thing too? Unbelievable. He definitely looks like a sailboat captain. Yeah, Captain Stabbin. I'm telling you, the guy's got a good-looking hairline. Makes me jealous. What food does John like? Regular food. Adam, regular. Not you going on vacation and sending me a picture of a raw fish flopping around on a board and then you pay $200 for it. Normal stuff. Captain Stabbing. No comment. Chicken tenders are good. Yeah, I was going to mention that. The thing you guys talking about, did you order it raw or whatever? I don't understand these tough guys that are like, if you're a real man and you want to eat a steak like a man, you ain't doing it right unless that blood's dripping all over your face. I want to see the muscle in that thing. Bro, quit being such a wannabe tough guy. I don't taste any difference in steak, whether it's medium or medium well. I just want it cooked so I don't have the squirts on the way home. Okay? That's my only requirement. John, how well do you like your steak cooked? Enough that I don't poop my pants driving home from where I'm eating it. Is that a good enough answer? I legitimately, honestly mean that. Bro, it's not blood. Whatever it is, it's just weird to me that like I have buddies who will take like the bread and just soak up all that, whatever that red juice is. I'm a real man. What are you, a caveman? What are you going to do? Beat somebody over the head and steal their wife in their cave? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I've eaten. Anyways. Oh my God, this is the craziest show I've ever seen. Did you just think? Imagine what it would be like for someone on the outside to just randomly drop in this show one day and just pick it all up. Oh, man. WPP needs to start talking about Miami. That's for sure. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the show. No more calls. I want to hit the gym, and then we're all going to stress out tonight, and we'll see what's going on. And we will react to that either tonight or tomorrow. I got family coming into town. I don't know what I'm going to be able to. I wanted to go live with Mike. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. I got family coming in town. We got somebody to bury. There's a lot going on. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that tonight live. But we're going to be able to go over what happens tonight, either later tonight or tomorrow. Stay tuned. Love the energy, though. Love the energy. Fun show on a Friday, man. For summer, you got to take what you could get. A lot of energy. We had fun here. Even the Penn State guy was a good sport while everybody roasted him. Eric, I'll check out that email. You're the man. And I appreciate you guys. Yeah, John will be hanging out in the garage for sure. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for being here. Let's see what happens. But I'm feeling good about tonight. Then we'll see if we hold them. God bless you guys. Be good.